Pinag-aaralan pa ng Department of Justice kung paano nila harangin ang kandidatura ni Mayor Alice Go sa Bamban, Tarlac. Dahil ang sabi ng abogado ni Alice Go ay magkahain daw ng COC next week.
Gusto niya kung siya lang naman ang masusunod, tatakbo siyang mayor ulit. Ang problema nga, under the present situation, dinisqualify siya ng mga ang Office of the Ombudsman. So, for whatever reason, hindi siya pwedeng tumakbo ngayon na mayor, di ba? Unless, iyakyat namin niya sa higher courts at sabihin ng skanda na walang basihan yun, then pwede siya tumakbo in the near future.
I wouldn't say it's her right. But she can try, but I wouldn't say it's her right. But she's not Filipino, and she bears falsified documents.
So pag nag-file siya, kayo po ba ay mag-oppose ang DOJ? Kasi pwede daw yun eh. Ang COC daw tatanggapin lang naman daw ng Comelec. Pero kailangan daw, merong pumunta.
We'll cross the bridge when we get there. Why not? We may oppose. Might as well.
I'd like to direct my first question to Ms. Ong and to Ms. Guo. Ms. Ong, you had said before that kilala niyo po si Ms. Guo. Tama po ba?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
And in what capacity po yan, Ms. Ong?
Nakilala ko lang po siya dahil kay Wesley Go po.
Si Wesley Guo is supposedly your boyfriend po. Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
And you've met Wesley Guo how po?
Somewhere in Binondo po.
In Binondo po. Pero si Wesley Guo, the brother of Alice Guo, Mr. Chair, may I direct my question to Ms. Alice Guo? You mentioned po you lived in Tarlac for most of your life po. Tama po ba?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
So, from age 0 to, you claim to be 38 po, no, Ms. Guo? From 0 to 38, talagang residence po ninyo is Tarlac.
Yes po.
Have you at any point in time found yourself in Binondo?
Binondo, never naman po ako tumira sa Binondo.
Never tumira. But you visited Binondo po ba?
Yes po.
For what purpose po kaya yan?
Minsan mamasyal, minsan may bibilhin. Opo.
Okay, so from there, would you have an idea of the circumstances surrounding the meeting of Ms. Ong and your brother, si Wesley?
Sorry po, one more time po.
May idea po kayo kung paano nakilala si Wesley, si Ms. Ong?
Wala po, Mr. Chair.
Tapos, so sariling lakad niya po yun, yung sa Binondo, and then they met.
Yes po.
Okay. I'd direct my questions again to Ms. Ong. So, you say you're in a relationship with Wesley. Ano po yung birthday ni Wesley Guo?
February 23.
Feb 23?
Yes po.
That would peg him, what year po?
1990. Wait, bilangin ko lang po.
Mr. Chair, do we have anyone who can confirm the date? Because my data says otherwise.
I think
Perhaps, Mr. Chair, I can ask the Bureau of Immigration. They might have the documents po. No? Mr. Chair, directing my question to the Bureau of Immigration, anong birthday po ni Mr. Wesley Guo based on his Philippine passport?
Mr. Chair, good evening. Unfortunately, we don't have it, but I undertake to give it before the end of the session, sir.
Please, can we confirm? Because as far as I understand, I've seen the picture of the passport and it said February 1. And it would be very curious po na Ms. Ong wouldn't know the birthday of her boyfriend for 4 years na po. Tama po. But we'll confirm it later po naman, no? We don't have the data. Would you know po kung anong schools pinuntahan ni West po? Boyfriend mo po of 4 years, hindi mo po alam kung anong schools pinuntahan niya?
Hindi po, Mr. Chair.
Isn't that curious? Di ka man lang na-curious kung saan po siya pumunta for schooling?
Hindi po.
So ano yung mga... What aspects of his life do you know about? Alam mo po ba kung ano yung hobbies niya?
Maglaro po.
Maglaro
Ng gamdam.
ng gam-gam. Anong
Parang robot.
robot?
Yun lang po.
And the nature of his work, are you familiar po?
No po.
Hindi rin. So as supposedly a couple from 2020 or 2021, hindi mo po alam yung school niya, hindi mo po alam yung interest niya, and I'm pretty sure hindi mo alam yung birthday niya. So that's what I'm trying to point out here, Mr. Chair. I do not believe in the story birthday, but admittedly, you know si Mr. Duan Wenru, who you were seen together abroad when you escaped the Philippines. Is that correct, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair, na-met ko po siya nung sinama po ni Cassie sa amin.
Oh, pero kasama po ninyo abroad. Indonesia po ba yan or Malaysia?
Hindi po kasama. Na-meet ko lang po siya dahil sinama po ni Cassie.
Dahil doon. And Mr. Duan Yunru and Mr. Jiang Chen naman, paano mo po kilala, Miss Guo? Siya po yung nag-arrange ng hotel niyo, di ba?
Your Honor, hindi ko po kilala si Jiang Jie.
Hindi niyo po kilala. Pero in-arrange lang po yung hotel niyo.
Hindi po siya nag-arrange ng hotel namin. Hindi ko po siya kilala.
Hindi niyo po kilala. Okay, we'll come back to that. So si Mr. Duan Yunru and si Xiang Che, na president of LS99, dito po natin nakikita in parallel po yung nangyayari sa kanila. And why I find it hard to believe, for example, yung kwento ni Miss Ong na kilala niya si Miss Guo through the boyfriend, di naman lang masubstantiate. And kay Miss Guo naman, although this might be hearsay for the committee, pero ako po personally, I hope you understand, di po ako naniniwala sa story na kayo po ay sa Tarlac from 0 to 38. Actually, Mr. Chair, can we ask the committee na ready po yung photo? It was already shown before, pero yung class photo po ni Miss Guo.
Secretariat.
Miss Guo, while waiting for that po, you say you were born in 1986. Tama po ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
That puts you at, how old are you now po?
38.
38. And at the time, naalala niyo po yung picture po, no, na na-present last time. But you claim na di niyo po yun...
Ano po ang picture, Your
invoked your
Honor?
right. Yung picture, class picture niyo po.
I invoke my right.
You
Opo.
invoked your right. Pwede mo naman sabihin na hindi ikaw yun, di ba?
Your Honor, I hope you understand, sa sobrang dami na pong kaso na nasampahan po ngayon sa court, kaya anything po na isasagot ko po dito sa inyo might use against me po.
Opo. Well, I think that's why I have a tendency not to believe you po. Kasi kung talagang hindi ikaw yan, I think you would have said that's not you. But instead, you invoked your right to self-incrimination. And why do I not believe that? I can identify two of the people behind you. Magka-batch po tayo, Miss Guo. I know what year this was taken. And they have a description of you. Nung pumasok ka po sa Grace, napaka-thick po ng accent ninyo, Mandarin lang ang kaya yung salita. But you were very friendly and you were very makulit. And that's why they had a hard time to forget you, even though hanggang grade 3 ka lang daw po doon. Now I know, like I said, that's hearsay as far as the committee is concerned kasi hindi naman nandito yung may personal knowledge doon. But when I was talking to with personal knowledge, na-convinced naman po ako. And they've identified you. In fact, if you were 38 and this picture was 2001, you would have been 13, 14 po ba? Kasing age mo naman yung mga 19, these people were born 91, 92. Size mo naman po, I don't think you're that much older than them. And that's why I really don't buy that story that you were born in 1986. And I don't buy the story that this is not you. In fact, they called you Ping. Ping po yung nickname niyo dito. But anyway, that's just to prove the point po, no? But what does that say about the testimony here before us? Thank you, Comsec, for the picture. We have a Latin maxim po, no? Falsis in uno, falsis in omnibus. When you're false in one thing, it's false in everything. So this puts into light every statement that you have made. Of course, aside from the statements made regarding the right against self-incrimination. But if we're talking po about everything she said, that she was in Tarlac for 30 years, that all of her life, or the fact po that she was not the person in the Bamban resolution, this is going to be your testimony versus documentary evidence. Yung Bamban resolution 185 series of 2020, citing you as the applicant for Hongsheng Gaming, ano po yung sagot mo doon? You said you have no recollection at all kung paano nasama yung pangalan po ninyo. Tama po ba yan, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair, all related Hongsheng, Baofu, I invoke my right against self-incrimination po.
Okay. And just proves it even more. If you can't relate to us how you're related to the resto, then I guess the document stands po na may kinalaman po kayo sa Hongsheng. Another thing po, you claim na walang Filipinos involved sa escape. How do we know that we can take that for granted? Kasi, yun nga, as far as we're concerned, false in one, false in all. And then, of course, the allegations that 3.2 billion was transferred to Hong Sheng through the partners mentioned earlier. And it's parallel also because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, Chair Dan Fernandez mentioned there was also a similar transfer going on between Mr. Duan Ren Wu and Miss Cassandra Ong. So we see nga po na talagang I think may basis yung matrix, talagang parallel yung operations. And I think that's as much as we can get from them. Baofu and Hong Sheng versus Lucky South 99 and Whirlwind are two sides of the same coin. They're parallel operations held by a consistent of characters. And now that the Quadcom is digging deeper, we're now moving up the ladder. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to get anything more from Ms. Ong and Ms. Guo, given that they have cases and they have repeatedly cited their right. They've repeatedly invoked their right against self-incrimination. So I think we have no choice but to move on with the matrix. So with that, Mr. Chair, I'd be asking my questions to Mr. Yang.
Yeah, but before that, Your Honor, let me ask the lawyer of Miss Alice Go. Your participation here is to advise your client only of her legal rights. And please, advise her also what questions she needs to answer. If the question being asked, being propounded by a member is not related to the case that she is facing, then you have to compel her to answer. And that goes the same with other counsels present. Okay, para lang ho maliwanag, that's our ground rules. Alam naman po ninyo, kayong mga lawyers, alam nyo naman po kung ano yung makakaapekto sa kaso nila. Kaya wag nyo silang pabayaang magtago sa likod ng right against self-incrimination. And just want to make that clear. Please continue, Congressman Gutierrez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, before I move on, I'd like to go back, but I still have two more photos with the ComSec on the issues of Ms. Ong and Ms. Guo. Committee Secretariat, may we ask for the pictures of Lucky South 99 and yung Hong Sheng to be displayed? May I ask, Mr. Chair, the PAOCC, si Dr. Casio, Mr. Chair, generally ang POGO, kailangan po ba compound talaga? If I understand correctly, meron po tayong mga POGO operations within Metro Manila, is that correct?
Mr. Chair, Honorable Gutierrez, in the past, PAGCOR allowed what was dubbed as hubs. By hubs, meaning to say different locators, different POGO operators can exist within one hub. But if I do recall, the only hubs that were ever licensed by PAGCOR were the one in Clark, Sun Valley, which was raided by the ACG and PAOK on May of last year. The second one was, if I am not mistaken, the one in Bamban, no? Baofu. And the last one is the last remaining hub that's winding down, yung sa, yung dito po sa Island Cove, Cavite.
So generally, Mr. Chair, ang POGO, it doesn't necessarily have to be a hub. They can operate parang BPO lang po siya. Sometimes they rent a floor lang po. Tama po ba?
Yes, sir. They can rent as small a space as 300 square meters.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for clarifying. So para lang alam ng ating mga kababayan, kasi nabanggit po ng PAGCOR, meron po nabanggit po mga POGO. Baka inisip po nila lahat yun POGO hub. But it seems to be only the big operators are the POGO hubs. It's, for example, yung sa Baofu and sa Lucky South 99. Kaya nga po parang parallel because amongst all the POGOs, sila lang po yung ganito. Sila lang po yung may hub. And it seems to indicate na they have the same modus operandi and they have the same intention to include mga love scam, mga cryptocurrency scamming, and other related crimes. Kasi hindi naman po yan manggagawa sa 300 square meter na office building po, no? So I think this is just another point of parallelism between the two. And then one more thing, Mr. Chair, Committee Secretary, yung next picture po, please, yung mansion. Ms. Ong, Mr. Chair, is this image familiar to you po?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
So ano po yung nakikita natin sa picture? Nakita mo naman po, is that your house?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Ito yung mansion po ninyo sa Porac?
Opo.
Mr. Chair, can we, for everyone to see, can we have the picture again? Ms. Ong, gano'ng kalaki po yung inyong property dito? Tama po ba? That's like a little massage house in the middle of the lake behind the bigger mansion proper. Tama po ba, Ms. Ong?
Lahat po yan, bahay po. Ay, wala pong massage.
Wala massage. Yung gitna. So
Yes
lahat
po.
yan bahay. So yung
Opo.
gitna. So gaano kalaki po itong property nyo?
Yung lot po is around 3 hectares po.
3 hectares yung lot. And
Yes
all
po.
of this at the tender age of 24. Would you care to substantiate how you made your money out of this? Lahat po yan na-inherit po ba, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair, I invoke my right.
You invoke your right.
Pasensya na po
Of course.
kasi meron pong kinasa sa akin.
Kasi nga po, kahit yung reasoning na binigay mo last time na 35 million per month, hindi rin yun tama eh. Kasi at 35 million per month na you would make out of the 70,000 hectares that you were renting out, that's only still just 35 million, which wouldn't account for the billions of worth. Sabi niyo po, wala po kayong inutang to make yung phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, not including itong mansion po ninyo. Because the truth of the matter is, based on the reports, if we're to believe, this is actually bahay ni Mr. Duan Renwu. Hindi naman po ito sa'yo. You're going to invoke your right or you're going to deny it. That's fine, Ms. Ong. But I'm just presenting it for the facts that the unbelievable story of rags to riches at 24 through inheritance from your mom, based on nothing more than the right connections at the right time, parang sobrang unbelievable po. We are more inclined to believe these parallel operations in which at the center is Duan Renwu and everyone else going up. So with that, Mr. Chair, I'll conclude na po yung kay Ms. Ong and kay Ms. Guo. I'd like to go on po as we go up with the ladder kay Mr. Yang. Thank you, Committee Secretary, for the picture.
Yes. Mr. Chair, I just have a question, just out of curiosity, if I may.
With the indulgence of Congressman
with the indulgence of Congressman Gutierrez. Comsec, pwede mo ba maibalik ulit yung bahay nung ni Ms. Casiong? Ms. Cassie, pwede niyo po bang sabihin niyo kung tama po yung pagkaunawa ko dito sa litrato? So meron pong lake at yung bahay po ninyo ay yung nasa gitna. Tama po ba yun? Can you go back? Yung bahay po, yung bahay, Comsec. Yung bahay, Comsec.
Prior picture, please.
Yan. Yeah. Excuse me. Yes?
Yes po. Yes po, Mr. Chair.
So yung bahay po, ano po yung nasa gitna ng lake?
Bahay po.
Tapos ito pong nandito sa may bandang baba.
Bahay din po, Mr. Chair.
Oh, so you have a house within a house? At tapos yung nandun po sa ibabaw niya na parang kulay puti na I don't know how you describe it. Parang, ano ba yan? Is that also a body of water?
Garden po yan.
Garden. Okay. Yeah, itong lake po ito is man-made or natural?
Can I consult my lawyer po?
No, I mean, it's actually, whether it's
Man Lake po, Mr. Chair.
huh?
Man Lake po.
Man-made. Man-made. Gaano kalalim po yung lake?
Hindi ko po sure, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. I'm just trying to figure out kasi yung figures na binanggit ni Kong Rods. At I'm medyo kinakwenta ko po kung magkano aabutin to kasi kung man-made po yan, Chairman, at saka kung gaano kalalim at yung lawak, tapos nice to live there, huh? Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Miss Alice, aware naman po kayo that you're still under oath. Tama po ba?
Yes po, Your Honor. And
Sige, please.
And Your Honor, I cannot disclose too much because I have 8 pending cases po at the court din po.
Okay. And alam mo ba yung may mga statements kayo na nasabi nyo dati sa mga previous hearings in both the Quadcom and the Senate na naging natuklasan na kasinungalingan? Tama po ba?
Anong pong statement po, Your Honor?
Well, the nationality, your parents, and the like. Tama po ba?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
Pero now that we're here and almost closing on this na rin, willing ka ba na magsalita ng katotohanan sa Quadcom na ito?
Your Honor, ano pong question po?
Willing po ba kayo na magsalita ng katotohanan sa Quadcom na ito? Now na patapos na itong lahat.
Opo, Your Honor, I have pending cases po at the court. So, anything po na sasabihin ko po dito sa Quadcom may use against me. So,
Okay.
opo.
Alright. Pero even if na mo na may alam din yung Ministry of State Security, willing ka rin ba na mag-confess ng katotohanan sa Quadcom na ito?
Your Honor, pa-specify ko po sana yung question po.
Yeah.
Para I know paano po din po ako makahelp po.
Okay. Sige. I'd like to direct your attention po sa ating screen. Can we please flash? Kilala mo ba tong si Xie Jijiang?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
Hindi po. Okay. I'd like to put that on the record, Mr. Chair, na hindi po niya kilala the person in question na si Xie Jijiang. Nung nakarang mga hearings, and I'll just put this on the sideline lang because I will touch back on this one again, Mr. Chair. Nung nakarang mga hearings, sinabi niyo po sa Senado and dito sa Congress na ikaw ay Pilipino. Tama po ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
And sabi niyo na din dito lumaki. Tama po ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Dito kayo ipinanganak. Tama po ba?
Yes po, Your Honor. I have my Filipino birth certificate po.
And dito din kayo, Pilipino din yung mga magulang ninyo po.
Ang alam ko po, ang nanay ko po ay Filipina po.
Okay, and yung tatay mo?
Tatay ko po ay Chinese.
Okay. Now, let's circle back a few years before, more recently, yung sa pagtakbo ninyo bilang mayor po. Ano ulit yung naging rason ninyo kung bakit kayo nagdesisyon na tumakbo bilang mayor ng Bamban?
Your Honor, unang-una po,
Short answer lang, Ms.
yes po, tatlo po kasi yung yung sagot ko po dyan. Isa po sa tatlo ay childhood dream ko po. Pangalawa po, sa Bamban po ko lumaki, gusto ko somehow makapag-share din po ng kung ano pong meron ako. Gusto ko rin po natulungan yung mga kababayan ko po. Pangatlo po, tinulungan din po ako ng former mayor din po namin town para sa kampanya din po.
Okay. And saan kayo kumuha ng pondo para tumakbo bilang mayor?
Your Honor, 37,000 po ang aming voters. Hindi po ganong kalaki.
So, saan lang kayo kumuha ng pondo? Kasi kailangan ng pondo, di ba? Para magkampanya. So, saan kayo kumuha ng pondo?
Your Honor, kumuha po ako ng pondo sa negosyo ko po.
Okay. And itong negosyo is?
Your Honor, lahat po ng negosyo ko po, sinampan po nila ng AMLAC. So, I invoke my right against self-incrimination po pagdating po sa business po.
Okay. Can we show the next slide? Gusto ko lang pakita. So, confirm niyo po, Miss Alice, na kayo po ito sa likod po ng Ford F-150. And yan si Cassie na nakasakay din na ng Can-Am. Ano ba yan? Riker Sport 900?
Your Honor, hindi po yung campaign. Yan po ay Town Fiesta.
Town Fiesta lang. Okay. So, very interesting. Kasi from what I remember, kasi ako mahilig ako sa kotse, pero yung kotse ko is a 2003 Camry. And medyo may kamahalan din yung mga nakikita natin dito sa pictures. But sige na lang. So this was a fiesta naman din and very festive. Pero kayong dalawa yung nasa picture, tama po ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. So you deny lahat ng mga funding na nakuha mo for your campaign, galing sa sarili nyo, sa businesses?
Yes po, galing po sa sarili po lahat, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, you didn't ask for any funding from any Chinese person, Filipino?
Never po.
Okay, sige.
Filipinos po, may mga friends po na tumulong in kind. Pero finances po, wala po.
Okay, sige. Even if we have been making our own researches, pulling our own inquiries, this is another source from a completely different party and is unrelated to what we do. Pero nagkataon that the person named She Kailun, who Xie Zhejiang trusted with the encrypted files, showed to Al Jazeera that there is a dossier confirming that there are Chinese spies all over, at least case Myanmar, but here also in the Philippines, and undoubtedly shows Guo Huaping. In the picture where she was born, even her mother, and the name of Lin Wenyi. Mr. Chair, again, we were told, kanina nagtanong tayo kung lumaki ba si Ma'am Alice dito sa Pilipinas, kung dito ba siya ipinanganak, kung Pilipino ba yung mga magulang niya. Dito daw siya lumaki, which is false. Because paano malalaman or ma-identify ng mga tao doon mismo sa address sa Fujian na nakilala nila si Alice Guo Huaping as anak ni Lin Wenyi nung pinakita nila yung picture ni Guo Huaping sa kanila. Number 2, tinanong natin kung saan ba siya ipinanganak. Nakita na nga. Doon mismo, she left daw late of 2002. Sabi pa ng tao na in-interview ng Al Jazeera doon mismo sa Fujian. And might we take note, Mr. Chair, na sa video, nung pinuntahan nila yung address na nakalagay sa dossier, sa encrypted dossier, is a local office ng Communist Party of China. So, Mr. Chair, I think this in itself speaks volumes na, no? Again, nakakainis na time and time again dinideny ni Guo Huaping lahat ng mga questions na tinatanong namin sa kanya. Okay, again, let me ask, Guo Huaping, kilala mo ba si Xie Zhejiang? Yes or no?
Your Honor, yung Xie Zhejiang na sinasabi niyo po, yun po ba yung pinakita niyo po niya saan sa picture?
Correct.
Hindi ko po siya kilala. At sana po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, makuha ko rin po yung details. Gusto ko po magdemanda. Hindi ko po sila kilala.
Hindi natin madidemanda, Ms. Alice, dahil kasi he's still in Thailand. And the reason why he's speaking the truth now is because, as he was saying that din in the video, although hindi lang pinakita dito, is that he is also being illegally detained daw, sabi niya. Kaya sa galit niya, he wants to speak also the truth out to the world na iniipit na rin siya ng Chinese Ministry of State Security. So, what does he have to lose? That's why nga sinabi nga niya sa inyo, Ms. Guo Huaping, na tell the truth. Don't fall to the same mistakes that he has done. Kasi nga, he also fears for your life. Remember, nung Senate hearing, na you mentioned na you didn't want to name names because you feared for your life. And because of that, the Senate granted you security and asylum within the PNP's compound. Ngayon, na nag-executive session na kayo, sabi ng Senate na there was nothing to go about except for one name na hindi pa din namin alam. But if we look at it, there is no doubt, kitang-kita na. Hindi na galing mismo dito sa Quadcom, pero in an international company whose job is to search for the truth worldwide. So, Mr. Chair, I'd like to submit this video na this is confirmation that what we've been trying to unearth here, marami na din dyan na nakikita din that corroborates not from us but from other parties as well. Which also means that this Quadcom should also be the avenue for which other people should also go to us to reveal more of the truth kasi kailangan din natin yung kompletong katotohanan. Which is why this is an open call to action, Mr. Chair. Sa lahat ng mga nanonood ng committee meetings natin, na kung may alam kayo, lalo na nakakatulong ito sa pagtingin, sa pagkuha ng katotohanan, please come forward. Kasi this is national security also at stake. She's been denying na may kilala siya. Na, sinasabi niya na ilang beses na siya tinawagan para humingi ng campaign funds. Kung hindi niya alam yun, or if he was saying, if it wasn't even in the same timeline, then he wouldn't have said that. Diba? Timing. Elections natin, doon din siya, tumakbo din siya, humingi siya ng tulong. It all adds up. It all lines up. So, Mr. Chair, I'd like to submit this video to the committee. And I hope na people really try this time na mas marami pa na will come forward to speak truth to this matter. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Mario. So, before we recognize the next interpolator, may tanong lang ako kay Miss Go Waping. So, hindi mo kilala yon, ano?
Your Honor, unfair naman po para sa akin. Hindi ko po siya kilala at never po ako humingi ng campaign fund entirely. Never po ako humingi ng campaign fund during my campaign period. At nung video na pinakita po ni Congressman Chino po kanina, hindi ko po siya kilala. At gusto ko rin po na iparating sa lahat ng kababayan ko at Pilipinas na rin po. Mahal ko pang Pilipinas.
Kasi nabanggit dun sa video na you're probably a spy.
Hindi po ako spy.
So, hindi ka spy.
Totally po, hindi po ako spy.
Hindi ikaw yung nasa picture.
Hindi po ako spy, hindi po ako nasa picture, at hindi rin po, Your Honor, ako yung sinasabi niya.
Kasi yung parang pinakita niyang dokumento, I don't know if that is a birth certificate from China, it clearly shows a picture resembles your feature. Diba? So, 1, 2, pangalan mo, yung Go Waping. Tapos yung place of birth mo, nakalagay daw doon. Nakalagay, China eh, di ba? So, how will you now tell us and convince the Filipino people na ikaw ay hindi spy at ikaw ay hindi involved dito sa Pogo?
Your Honor, I think our government agencies can prove din sa darating ng araw na hindi po ako spy dahil hindi naman po talaga ako spy. Secondly, yung tao po na nasa video po kanina, I'll find way para hindi ko po alam kung paano, pero I'll talk to my lawyer, especially the network, magdidemanda po ako.
Okay, sige. Thank you. The next interpellator is Congresswoman Migs Nograles. You're recognized.
Thank you,
have 5
Mr.
minutes.
Chair. Before that, Ms. Alice Go, you said you will file a case against this Cheji Zian, and you said you will tell the network. Anong network to?
Per my record po, kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, Al Jazeera Network. Yung nakita ko po kanina. Pero babalikan ko po kung tama po yung naisulat ko po, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I'll go back to some questions in relation to the video. So again, Ms. Alice Go, Mr. Chair, you are denying that you are a Chinese spy.
Hindi po ako spy.
Well, Mr. Chair, wala naman atang spiya na mag-aamin na spiya siya. No. So, it really begs the question. But anyway, alam nyo ba, Ms. Go, na itong si She Zhejiang, na umamin na Chinese spy siya, na sinabi naman niya, kilala ka niya, ay inamin niya na dito siya na-recruit sa Pilipinas.
Your Honor, I cannot answer your question dahil hindi ko po siya kilala.
So, to put on record, this video showed, mahaba kasi to, it's an excerpt of the video, that inamin niya na recruited siya dito sa Pilipinas. In fact, can we show lang na nagpakita siya ng picture, na nandito siya sa Pilipinas. I think it's one of the recruiters. Kung pwede lang natin mapakita yung picture na yon. So ito, wala kang kilala dito.
Sa tatlo po, ni isa po wala po akong kakilala, Your Honor.
So, ito, nandito si She Zhejiang when he was senior chair na dito siya na-recruit sa Pilipinas as a spy. Baka iisa lang pala ang nagre-recruit sa kanila, hindi natin alam, no? And again, babalik natin doon sa picture na pinakita sa video. Yung next slide, please. And again, You confirm this is not you, Miss Alice Go?
Your Honor, hindi po ako yan.
This is not you. Okay. Ang katanungan ko, Miss God, because you're saying that hindi mo at the demanda mo, ano naman mabe-benefit din nitong si Shi Zhang to name you?
Your Honor, I think it's better for you to ask him. Kasi siya po yung naglabas ng video, so siya po nakakaalam anong makakapag-benefit po sa kanya. Definitely, hindi po ako spy.
Okay. Relax ka lang. Bakit ka galit?
Kasi po, ganun din po yung nangyari last time. Sinasabi po nila spy ako. Mahal ko pong Pilipinas, Filipino po ako, hindi po ako spy.
Okay, relax lang. Relax ka lang. Diba? You don't have to be so riled up if you know the truth. Right? So, you categorically will keep denying what Shi Zhang is saying. Right? He mentions na pinanganak ka sa Fujian, China. And na nanay mo si Lin Wenyi.
Allegations po niya yun, Your Honor.
And who is Lin Wenyi?
Your Honor, Lin Wenyi is the partner of my father. And about my citizenship naman po, I think there is already
I'm not asking
court
anything about your
na po.
citizenship. I'm just asking who Lin Wenyi is. Pinapangunahan mo ako sa mga... Hindi ko naman tinatanong. Masyado kang defensive. You know, mga actuations mo, medyo... It's showing something, Miss Guo. So, itong address mo na pinakita, pakita natin yung picture ulit. Yung address nito, Mr. Chair, is apparently the local address of the Chinese Communist Party. Sigurado ka, hindi mo namimiss to? Walang memories?
Never ko po nakita, Your Honor.
Baka lang, may emotion ngayon eh. Baka lumabas ang emotions mo dito.
Your Honor, emotional po ako dahil unfair po para sa akin para sabihan po ako na spy po ako.
Okay, I'm asking about your house now. So, eto,
Your Honor, that's not my house.
Okay, this is in Fujian. Balik lang natin sa last hearing na meron pinakita si Congresswoman Luis Tro, no? Yung nagko-congratulate yung people of Fujian sa kanya. So, kung hindi ka taga dito, at mukhang dito naman yung sinasabi nilang bahay nila, bakit naman din? I think we have that, no? That the people of Fujian was congratulating the first mayor na naging mayor dito. Yan. We have a translator here. Do you understand what is written?
Yes, this is like congratulating for winning as the mayor. Okay, and then these are the people who prepared this congratulatory page.
Those are the people, yung mga pangalan.
Below. Yes po.
Okay. Baka kunin natin, Mr. Chair, yung mga pangalan na yan.
Yeah, can you please post it again? Yan. Oh. Sino-sino yan?
It is from Xinjiang, Jinjing Shen. Yeah, it's an association of the hometown. It's in Jinjing Shen.
Which is in Fujian, I think.
Yes, it is.
Which is basically where what we saw in this video, Mr. Chair, kung saan talaga kasi galing ang si Miss Alice Guo, no? And then itong si Lin Wenyi na tinatanggi naman po ni Miss Alice Guo na hindi mo nanay, no? Which later on, nakakalungkot if she really is your mother, na you're denying your ties to your mother. Sinabi din sa documentary, Mr. Chair, na umalis nga daw siya, sabi ng mga residente doon, na umalis siya towards the end of 2002. From the previous hearings, we have a copy of the special investor resident visa. Yung next slide, please. Yan. Na dependent siya ni Lin Wenyi, galing nga from Fujian. And it is January 12, 2003 na pumasok sila ng Pilipinas. So, you know, the facts seem to be aligned. The documents we have and we've been seeing seem to be aligned with this video that came out, Mr. Chair, na hindi naman natin alam bakit naman in-name din si Miss Alice Go, na hindi naman, wala namang kinalaman ito sa atin. But apparently, there is that connection, which is scary. We go back to Lin Wenyi, which you have said this is the partner of your father, your Chinese father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. And you said, naman, na you will only be into business with those you're very close with and those you trust, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, you said that last hearing. And yung lumabas nga, yung mga corporations, makita natin, they're about, pakita natin yung almost similar to the table that we showed last hearing, or 2 hearings ago. So yung mga corporations mo, ang daming beses lumalabas nga nitong si Lin Wenyi, na lahat ng mga kasama sa corporations na yon are actually family members of yours. Your brother, your father, right? And ngayon, nanay niya pala itong Lin Wenyi. So it is a family corporation. So, Miss Alice, itong nangyari din sa video, meron sinasabing yung Yatay Group. Ito yung company ni Mr. She Zhizang. And actually, itong business ni She Zhizang ay katulad ng mga negosyong tinayo mo sa Bamban Tarlac. There's a picture eh. Magkapareho siya. And do you know that itong si She Zhizang, link yung mga businesses niya. Kaya nga siya nasa Thailand ngayon eh. With human trafficking, extortion, and cyber scams. Which are the very same crimes na tinitingnan natin ngayon, Mr. Chair, na nangyayari sa mga illegal POGO operations dito. Makikita natin may similarity from a rural area, pumasok at nag-expand, nag-build ng mga ganito front legal businesses na alam naman natin may mga illegalities which is being found in Myanmar. And ito yung sinabi ng Chinese spy na si She Zhizang. So essentially, Mr. Chair, kung titingnan mo, I may show na lang to this committee para mas madali. Parang ang mga espia ng China, di lang sa Pilipinas, pati sa Myanmar, we don't know other countries that we can later on discover. Parang may steps sila eh, kung anong gagawin nila. Parang, step 1, pumili ng bansa. Halimbawa, itong Philippines sa atin, Myanmar, Thailand. Step 2, pumili ng lugar na pagtatayuan ng mga industrial complex, which we have seen in Porac, Pampanga, and in Bamban, Tarlac. Step 3, maghanap ng mga dayuhang Chinese na mumumuhanan na tutulong magtayo ng negosyo. Kita natin, yung kapatid ni Michael Yang, nakatanggap halos 2 billion pesos mula 2018 hanggang 2021. Si Zhang Yujin, na nakita natin guilty sa Singapore para sa kasong money laundering na incorporator ng Baofu. At yung si Jiang Zhonggu, yung ama ni Escuo, na incorporator din, na sinasabi nga niya, yun ang simula, di ba? Na nagpondo rin sa kanya sa mga businesses. There's this trend, Mr. Chair, no? Na galing sa Chinese, nagsisimula, or kung grandfather man, ganito yung mga paulit-ulit na kwento eh. Then there's step 4. Kukunin ang mga loob ng mga residente at gawing dummies. Nakita natin, I think, di ba may mga nag-surrender, I think over the past few days, Mr. Chair. Itong sinema Telma Laranan, Rowena Evangelista, tindahan sila ng mga gulay, no? May mga barbecue stall na obviously hindi naman nila kaya mag-incorporate or to give itong mga capital sa mga malalaking negosyo na nag-surrender na ginamit lang sila. I don't know kung paano nila ginawa ito. Saklo nila yung loob ng mga residente kasi syempre may mga pangangailangan siguro at hindi naman nila iniisip kung ano yung magiging repercussions. Then there's step 5 na maghahanap ng makapangyarihan na tao na may pera at impluwensya sa gobyerno na alam natin na tinatanungan natin na ngayon hindi na natin makita, Mr. Chair, ang dating presidential spokesperson na kita natin tinulungan niya, bigyan ng permit, ang mga Pogo, known personality who's the lawyer and owns several properties connected to what we have been seeing the past few hearings. Then there's step 6, mag-incorporate na ng mga kumpanyang mukhang legitimate sa una. Diba? Nabigyan na natin ng lisensya tong Hongshen. And then na-raid yung Baofu compound. Yung Lucky South 99 nagsimula as a BPO, sa BPO at real estate industry. Ngunit inamend na yung AOI niya noong February, doon na pumasok yung Pogo. So they can start operating in the guise of a legitimate business na mamaya magiging illegal naman. Then there is the next step, magkakaroon nga ng corporate layering na. At nakikita natin sa mga different corporations like Baofu, itong mga corporation ng mga Yangs, itong mga corporations nila Miss Alice Guo, nakita natin sa matrix today, there are so many corporate layers na pag tinignan mo, it all ties back to two personalities, or actually 3 personalities who are here na magkakasabwat, Mr. Chair. And of course, step 8. Then dito na, pag nangyari na itong lahat, magkakaroon na ng illegal na gawain na may mga human trafficking, money laundering, illegal gambling, love scams, tax evasions, at iba pa. You know, Mr. Chair, nakakalungkot. So ito, titingnan natin, steps 1 to 8. Mukhang ito ang, kumbaga, standard siguro nila or mission order ng mga espiya na to. Na nakakalungkot na pumasok sila ng Pilipinas. Pinayagan silang pumasok ng Pilipinas dahil bawal sa kanilang bansa itong mga gambling, offshore, pumasok ang China dito. They took advantage of our country, our laws, our citizens, our resources, Mr. Chair. Nakakatakot dahil hindi to one-sided. Lahat ng mga steps na to, mangyayari lang at pupunta sa next step kung pinayagan to ng gobyerno. There are steps and there are processes. At sinabi ni Malibu na our government agencies can prove naman daw. Diba? Kasi alam niya, hindi naman gagalaw to, hindi mangyayari to kung walang approval ng mga government agencies. So paano to nakalusot, Mr. Chair? Yung tinitingnan natin. Kaya natin ginagawa to. Yung government ng Pilipinas natin, paano nangyari to? Para nakapasok ang China dito? Paano ka nakalusot ang isang Chinese spy dito? At malala, paano naging parte ang isang Chinese spy sa gobyerno natin na binoto ng mga Pilipino? Paano nangyari to? Sino ang pumayag na mangyari to? Akala ko ba, Mr. Chair, diba the Philippines is not for sale? Yun yung sinasabi. Baka kaya naman palang the Philippines is not for sale dahil siguro as early as 2017 ay nagsimula tong lahat ay mukhang nabenta ng Pilipinas. So sino ba ang nagbenta ng Pilipinas sa China? Yun lang po, Mr. Chair. And I will end again to Miss Alice Guo with the message of your fellow Chinese spy to you. So sana medyo matauhan ka ng konti.
Thank you for watching, guys. Just click on my YouTube channel, Al Johnny Rick.